It's the first time we've spoken to you for a week. Last week was a big week for you. Is your premiership now over?
No, we've got a lot of work to do, and I was addressing Labour Party staff actually this morning, reminding them and reminding the whole team really that we were elected into office by millions of people to bring about change in this country. That's our responsibility. My responsibility is to serve the people who voted us into office, serve my country, to remind people what we have achieved already in terms of stabilising the economy, investing in the NHS so that waiting lists are coming down. All those things make a material difference to people's lives. But there's a lot more to do, and obviously after the local election results in Scotland and Wales, we need to show we can turn things around, and that's what we're doing. But I'm very focused on what I consider to be my responsibility, my duty, and that is to the country.
8 days ago you said you will fight the next election and serve a full second term. Is that still the case?
I do want to fight the next election. Obviously I recognise that after the local election results, the elections in Wales and Scotland as well, that the first task is obviously turning things around and making sure that my focus is in the right place. The last 10 days there's been a lot of activity which hasn't been as focused in my view as it should have been, and I remind myself every day that I was elected to office to serve the people, to serve the country. That's what I believe in, and that's what I'll be getting on with.
If someone else gets 81 MP backers and challenges for the leadership, will you fight them?
Well, we're not at that position, Chris, but I've said I don't know how many times that I'm not going to walk away. I feel very strongly that I must serve the people who voted me into office. Do I recognise that we've got to turn things around after those election results? Yes, of course I do. And obviously a lot of people in the Labour Party have been talking about what has to happen next. I recognise that. But it is really important, I think, for me at least, to remind myself, why am I in politics? I came in to serve my country. That's how we won the election. And every day I remind myself, that's people are struggling with the cost of living. They're worried about their health service. They can see that this government is, we have got growth to a better place. That is good because it means there's more money that we can use on the services that they need. We have got those waiting lists down. That really does matter for people using the NHS. My job is to serve and to carry out that responsibility, and that's what I'll do.
So if Andy Burnham wins the Makerfield by-election, will you set out a timetable to stand down, as some of your colleagues in Cabinet want you to do?
Well, I'm not going to do that. It is obviously a very important by-election. And can I be really clear, as I've also with my staff this morning, it is a fight between Labour and Reform. It's a very important fight. I will be backing 100%, whoever the candidate is, not quite chosen yet, but soon to be chosen, whoever the Labour candidate is, I'll be 100% behind them. I want the whole of the party, whole of the movement to come together. Whatever views people may have on the direction of the party, that needs to be put to one side. It's an important by-election. Let's come together and do what we do as a party best, which is to unite as we campaign into this by-election.
And just very finally, on Brexit, chatter over the weekend from two of your colleagues, one out of Cabinet, Wes Streeting, Andy Burnham, they say we should be rejoining the European Union at some point. What's your view on that, and does that undermine your efforts to get a better deal within your red lines?
The way I see it is this. We inherited a really bad Brexit deal that Boris Johnson had negotiated. It was a botched deal. It doesn't work for businesses, doesn't work for the country. What I've done in 2 years is to completely reset our relations with our EU partners, to already have improved on that deal, which is what I did last year. This year we have another summit with the EU where we're going to take a really important leap forward in terms of the relationship, bring us closer to Europe. It's really good for businesses, really good for some of the businesses in this room, really good for the country. So that's what I intend to do, not get lost in a debate about what may happen years down the line. I'm grounded in the job that I'm doing, which is to make sure we are closer to the EU and doing the hard yards of making sure that we establish a relationship to make that work, get that relationship with the EU into a better place. And again, reminding myself, why would we want to do that? For businesses, for the country, for the economy, because it's the best thing, it's in our national interest. So that's where my focus is.
Sir Keir Starmer, thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, super, thank you. See you soon, thank you.